Okay, so I'm just making dinner here, and I have something that qualifies as a fruit. This is it is technically a fruit, but it's used as a vegetable. It's a Bolivian cucumber, also known as, I think it's pronounced achocha, which is, yeah, related to cucumber, but what's weird about it is that it's like kind of like hollow inside. On the inside, you see there's little seeds in there, and the flesh inside is like very spongy, so it's not exactly like a cucumber. You're more interested in getting the rind here. So this like spongy bit, I'm actually gonna like get rid of most of it to get these seeds out of there. Just kind of like rip it out, and it's sold everywhere. I think people cook with it more than anything, but I saw a few people selling it to be used in a juice, like people juicing it with other kinds of like fruits. Now, usually you cook with this, so I'm not sure if it's going to taste any good, but I'll give it a quick try. It's like cucumber, but a little tart and a little bitter. It tastes more like a vegetable than a fruit, but there is a little bit of a sweetness to it. It's got a slight melon kind of flavor to it, but more than anything, it just tastes like cucumber. A little more flavorful though. I can see you using this, you know, like the same way you'd use like bitter gourd or something, only far, far, far less bitter. So I'm gonna cook some up and hopefully it tastes good. So I just made a delicious vegetable feast, and this is just a piece of that cucumber. It's like it's a little bit sweet. The bitterness goes away. Nice green taste. Just tastes like, I don't know, like a mild spinach or something, just like a green vegetable. It's very, very mild, but it's fine. It's good. Okay, I've got another weird cucumber. This is a brown one. As you can see, this is called the brown Russian cucumber. So not a white Russian. No. But besides the fact that it's brown, it also has like a little bit of like this, I don't know, these little lines in it. These like kind of little stress lines, little stretch marks on it. So, and these actually grow rather thick. So some of them will actually be like more like chunky this way instead of growing long. They'll grow kind of like thick. I have with me, for comparison, a regular cucumber. I cut it in half, but it is a regular, just like English cucumber. You know, obviously they look different, but I'm going to compare the taste of these and see if there's any reason why you should go and try the brown Russian cucumber instead of just your standard English cucumber. I'm going to just cut this like so. There you go. On the inside it looks quite similar to a regular cucumber. It's maybe a little bit more seedy than a lot of cucumbers. So you can see here, here's the English cucumber, and it's got quite a thicker amount of flesh in there. It's a higher flesh ratio to seed than this one. So that could be a positive or a negative depending on what you like. Maybe a little bit more white. This has got a little green tinge to it. They both smell like cucumbers. These would be maybe interesting to make pickles out of, just because they are, for one, they're bigger. So if you like a nice big pickle, you know, you can get some, like, you know, just want like one pickle like on your sandwich or something. You can get like ones that are like really wide and do that. I got these from a farm. They give me their business card, Northshire Farm. If you want to look them up, if you live in New York City and you want to track them down, they market in the New York area, New York City and around, so that would be a good place to go if you want to get your hands on one of these brown Russian cucumbers. So here's the slices side by side, nothing too exciting there, but let's try it. I'm going to try with the one that I don't understand yet, that I haven't had before. Good. It's got a nice flavor to it. These are the winner. I mean, cucumbers are very mild flavor, so if you're like cooking with it,
probably doesn't matter so super much if you have a nicer variety, because it's very easily overpowered. But if you're using it for something where the cucumbers are the main feature, I would definitely go with this one for flavor. Maybe this one for texture because you have less seeds, but the flavor of this one is it's cleaner tasting. The English one has a little bit of like a green taste to it, like a little chlorophyll that you get that you don't really get from this one. This one is also sweeter than this one, and it's got a nicer texture. Like, although it doesn't have as much flesh, the flesh that it does have, it's got a little bit more crispiness to it. I think like if I were to make pickles out of this, which I don't think I'm going to, I've got a whole fridge full of pickles already. These would be, I would imagine, a crispier pickle than the English cucumbers. Not anything that like really knocks my socks off, honestly, but if you want like a nice mild cucumber flavor, you want to use a cucumber as a cucumber, nothing that tastes too weird or whatever, you just want something that's nice and has a good cucumber flavor, the Brown Russian is pretty good. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. What is that? What could it be? Looks like it might be a really interesting fruit. Well, it isn't. It is a lemon cucumber. So it's very closely related to a cucumber. It's supposed to taste almost exactly like a cucumber, but it looks kind of cool. So that's why I bought it. I already cut it so you can take a look on the inside there. Looks pretty cool on the inside too. But from what I understand, the flavor is not supposed to be so interesting. This is a regular cucumber, by the way. If you want to just take a look at that. It's got different, I think this one has like 3 sections of seeds in it. And this one has 5. I can say right now that this would be really cool for like making pickles or using it in lieu of a regular cucumber just because of how it looks. It does taste a little different. And the texture is a little different. It's a little crunchier on the outside, at least. Crunchier on the outside and softer in the center, just because there's like so much of these seeds in it. And the flavor is a little bit different. It tastes more tart. I wouldn't go so far to say like it's sour the way a citrus is, but there's like a little sharpness to it. This does not have. This is almost like, cucumbers are like a little sweet. There's very little sweetness to this, but it does have that little sharp tang. So yeah, this would be an interesting thing to use in place of a cucumber. If you want to make a cucumber salad, if you wanted to put cucumbers on like a sandwich or something, this would give it something that this does not. However, subtle. These are both very subtle fruits. Like cucumbers, of course, are very like subtle fruit, and lemon cucumbers are also subtle, though a little bit more to it, which I think is pretty interesting. So yeah, take that for what it is. If you see these available, give it a try. It's not something that I would say you're gonna find very often, but if you like to grow things, this is something that would be easy to grow. If you want to grow cucumbers, but you want something a little bit more interesting than a cucumber, then I would give this a try. Why the hell not? Okay, I only have 1 minute, so I have to make this fast. Guys, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that bell. I don't know what the bell does, but it probably gives an angel its wings, so click on it. That dislike button, don't click that one. Go to the comments, leave a comment if you have something to say. Go to this description, because in the description there is a link to my Patreon page where you can help contribute to my channel and make it grow. There's also a link to my website where you can see a backlog of videos, more information, and also you can buy a t-shirt at my website now. I want to give a special shout out to the channel Smarter Every Day, because Smarter Every Day is a mega contributor on Patreon. They're really helping me out.
If you like what I'm doing with fruit, check out his channel because it basically covers everything involving science. It's really interesting. Also around there should be a couple of videos right here. These are the videos to my next week's episode if it's up, and last week's episode where you can check that out. I still have 3 seconds, guys, so thank you so much. Bye-bye.